Sup, Jason? How you doing, dude?
Been better.
Been better? Don't tell me it's one of those.
What?
Are you in a good mood?
No.
No? Okay.
But when am I ever?
All right. Well, it's unfortunate, but obviously, competition, it can be really tough. I know these losses are very hard to deal with, of course. On the whole, I think that, especially in the winner's bracket set, I was very impressed against both Hungrybox and Mango. I thought it was super sick. But the Mango set, one of the best, highest level Fox Mars that I've seen. It was good. All right, Jason.
What?
Let's. Do you want to talk about the tournament, or do you want to just riff? All right.
What do you want to ask?
Cool. All right. Well, let's talk about the Mango set and winners. You 3-0'd him, and you won it on Dreamhack.
It's just a normal set.
He's a normal set?
Just a normal set.
Okay. And what do you think you did well? And what do you think you did poorly?
I don't remember anything.
You don't remember anything? Okay.
No.
All right. Well, in Hungrybox, you took him to Game 5, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't like that I play way better when I'm not playing on stream, don't care. And I feel like in tourney I just don't play the same. And I don't know why it is. I mean, I know it's mental problems.
Isn't that for everybody, though?
Yeah, but not to the same degree.
Sure. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, nerves get to everyone, but I mean,
it's multiple things, but
right.
I don't like feeling like I'm held back from playing at a much higher potential. Like, I feel like my potential and ability is much higher than I've ever displayed, and I think it's because of personal mental problems. And I don't like that I feel like I've never overcome myself.
Yeah.
And I feel like otherwise I would be getting first at almost everything. And I know that's very cocky to say. Like, nobody, like, obviously I have no credibility here. But I'd rather be the type of person who's hated, but at least I know I'm honest, than to lie and say what people think.
You definitely have a lot of confidence going into it. And I think for sure.
No, it's more that I have, it's like a priority list. Like, telling the truth to me is more important than being liked. So as long as I feel like I'm doing the right thing by speaking my honest mind, rather than saying what people want to hear.
I don't think there's anything wrong with saying.
Well, most people just say what people want to hear, and I don't like.
Sure, but I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that you think
at
that
one
you're
point
the best.
in my life, I've tried to live like that, and I just couldn't.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm just gonna say what I
For yourself,
all the time, and I don't. If people don't like it, that sucks.
People like you for who you are right now. So
well, actually, I don't like that people don't like it, but it's not gonna change. Like, it doesn't.
I think a lot of people like you, Jason.
It doesn't make me happy that. I don't know how to
people like you for who you are.
No, people hate me.
I mean, that happens with the fame, right? But what do you got? You got like 120K followers or something. I'm pretty sure a lot of people like Mew2King. Fans, if you like Mew2King,
because I've won tournaments.
You don't think they're fans of you? Have you ever paid attention? You don't think I like you? I like Jason.
No, I think half the world hates me.
It's not a bad percentage.
The reason I quit streaming a year ago on my personal channel was actually because
people were harassing you, right?
It's just too many people being mean. I didn't like the environment, so I stopped. That's the main reason I stopped streaming. And now, when I stream on MVG, I don't even really read chat. Like, very rarely. I'm just playing and just doing what I have to.
Yeah. No,
I just don't like negativity, because I have a lot of depression for many different reasons, and the negativity, like, I get into a cycle of just thinking more downhill, and it just keeps going downhill.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed. Like, that's the observation I've noticed.
It spirals.
And I don't want that to be the case, but until I find a way for that not to be the case, that's why I just have to do things that.
Have you ever considered counseling? It's great. I've had counseling before.
I've never tried that.
No, it super
I just
helps.
imagine it would do nothing.
No, dude, it's super good. During college, I had periods of my time where I was like really lonely. I felt homesick, especially, and I didn't really know. I wasn't in a good mood. Very sad time of the Blur's life. So I got counseling, and it actually super helped me out. Shout out to the University of Virginia counseling team. But I think it's big, dude.
Well, honestly, I've never tried it. I just don't think that would do anything. I just can't imagine it doing anything.
Well, you don't know until you try. No, seriously though, like it's good.
You won't know until you try, man.
You won't know until you try. I think it's good. Like, I mean, there's only so I'm not a professional in any capacity. There's only so much I can say. Obviously, love you, Jason. So I want the best for you. But I think it's good, to go out and try it, talk it out. Maybe they can figure something out for you. It's like coaching in any aspect, right? We just talked to Wizrobe, and he talks about how he's been talking to Drug Fox, a lot of other players, and they've actually been helping him on his mental games. He's talking to nutritionists. So our preparation is just kind of part of it now, right? Like every sports team has a counselor to some degree. So maybe you're fighting it alone, dude.
I don't know anything about that stuff. I've just eaten whatever, slept whenever, never thought of any of that stuff.
And I mean that affects the health, though, right? Like you made a tweet recently where you said you forgot to drink water for a while or something.
I didn't know it was that good for me until like
Jason,
a month
water's
ago.
really good.
Yeah, I've learned that a month ago.
It's good though.
I mean, I knew it was good, but I didn't know it was like very good.
It's very good.
My whole life I just sleep whenever, do things whenever I feel like.
I mean, I know your lifestyle. Like you're living at tournaments.
Whatever
basically.
I do.
Yeah, you're living in hotels and at tournaments. So that's definitely hard. But I think if you would be surprised at least how much dividends you get off it. You know, obviously now you lost for sure. There's a lot of things you did well, but going back home, I think, dude, you can if you put a lot of emphasis on that, like you've put into Smash, I think you'll see dividends. If not, like the worst thing that can happen is you tried it and you'll be happier, right? Like that's the worst case scenario. Like even if you keep performing the same in Smash, you'd be happier with performing the same. Like it's all good. It's all good things. So I think it's good. Like at the end of the day, your body's important, right? So your body's important, your mind's important. All this stuff is all part of health. So if you need any help with it,
I don't know anything about any of that.
All right. Well, after the stream, I want to give you a lot of good resources then, and we could talk it out because I definitely think it's important, man. I as a friend of yours, we always hang out. I want to see this stuff. You know, it's important to me to see you help yourself. So it's good. You know, Jason. Either way, watching you in the game and outside the game, you're a great guy. So even if everyone else hates you, Blur loves you. So. We'll keep that. Calvin loves you. I know D1 loves you, so
Yay.
We'll keep that true. Yay. You think this is cheap? You think
I
the Blur's love
yay.
is cheap? No one else gets that. So, yeah, dude. Either way, like, I think that it's long overdue, right? Like, I mean, we've been talking about this issue for a while, and at least you could put a few steps going into it, right? Do you promise me? Do you shake my hand?
On what?
Seeing counselor, or do eating right, or any of these things, going to doctor, any of these long list of things that everyone's asking.
I've been trying to eat better. Well, I haven't this week, but I'll try to do it
It's
more.
important, man. It really is. It's from the heart.
Well, I wouldn't know that because I've just learned about food like last few weeks ago.
Oh, well, there you go. Now you learned. It's like anything else, right? Melee, you learn something new, you implement it.
I just want to play the same that I do in friendlies.
Well,
I
mean, like
I never do.
What do you think the difference is? And when you talk
I'm
about
three
stage
times better when I don't.
Yeah,
play.
but a friendly setup versus stage.
I'm talking about my tech skill, execution,
Right,
ability
right.
to focus on the match.
Right. But
all
your
those
hands
factors.
didn't change, your mind didn't change. The
No,
thing
I
that,
don't know
the
what
thing
it
that
is.
the thing that changes is what's the stake of the match, right? Like, and the
what happens is my mind thinks about all the what if scenarios and not the match.
Sure.
And I don't want that's stupid.
Yeah.
I should be only thinking of the match.
Yeah.
But for some reason, my brain doesn't cooperate with me very often.
Because you want to win. You want to win the match, obviously. So
Well, it's not even that. I have obsessive compulsive disorder, and I get distracted very easily, and a lot of stuff to a much bigger degree than the average person. And all I want to do is remove all these things somehow. I don't know if that's possible. Right now, I don't think it is.
But even if you can't remove it, learning to live with it is a bigger thing too. You know, even if it's not possible, learning to live with it is important for your happiness, right? Like either one is a win. Either you fix it, which is sick, and then you become the greatest ever, and everything works out. Mew2King enters a new era, or you learn to live with it, and then you're just happier as a person and healthy as a person, right? I mean, you're coughing right now. You're sick. Like, come on, man. Like, all these things would help your happiness for sure. I guarantee it. Because I started doing some of this stuff. I actually a few months ago, people noticed it because I go up and down with my weight, for example, right? Like over the last 4 or 5 months, I lost 45 pounds, right? And it actually ended up affecting, I think, a lot of how I approach life because I have more energy, right? Like, just health matters. It totally does.
Okay.
I want you to promise me. This is not over. This interview will end, and I'm going to go after you, and we're going to make sure this happens.
Okay.
All right, okay. Let's make a picture on stage. All right, Jason. Well, either way, it was a good talk. we're going to continue this talk. And, I'll see you happy, Jason. That'd be good. Either way, I like the play, and it was super entertaining.
I'm glad you like 30% of my ability.
30% of your ability is like 900% of mine, bro. Like, you're still pretty good. It's still amazing. So it's still pretty awesome to watch. So,
Well, thanks.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're gonna have our next interview coming up soon, Jason. But it's good talk, and yeah, for sure. Oh man. So. Let me talk to him for a second. Hey, Calvin, do we have the next interview?
They want to take a picture of all four, so there's going to be like a couple minute downtime.
Okay, cool.
And then spot's right there. I'll get him.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. All right, Jason. It's a good chat. Looks like you got to take a picture.
Okay.
All right. We'll take a couple seconds before we get. Looks like everyone's doing a picture of the winners. See you later, Jason. And then